Let's see. Yep. Everything came up there. Everything came up there. Welcome, everybody, to the Arc Season 3, Episode 2. That's different here on the Heathen Cantina. Glad to have you all here. We're going to go around and have the party members introduce themselves. We're going to start with the left side. We have Pandorica. Would you like to say hello, Pandorica?
Hello, my name is Giacomo. Oh, no, sorry. Hold on, wrong dimension. My name is Kevin, and I'm playing Pandorica this evening. I'm known on the internet as Malin Abaddon. Well known. I just want to give a shout out to my fans in Belgrade. What's up? What's up? And I'm looking forward to tonight's session.
All right, and across from him on your screen, we have Gwendolyn. Would you like to say hello, Gwendolyn?
Howdy. As you know, I'm playing Gwendolyn. My name's Casey, and I'm excited to do some combat.
All right. And then the bottom left, we have Ursa Redrocks.
Hey everybody, Asmo Daniker here, and I am excited to see what a fully armed and operational 9th level barbarian can do.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. And then the bottom right-hand corner, we have Elias, the Prodigy. Hi, Elias. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Wonderful. Well, yeah, I'm doing as best I can. But yeah.
I'm excited to play.
All right. So last week, you guys had spent your first 4 days traveling on the Belgrande after rescuing it, resuscitating it from its crash into Algdarath. On these 4 days, there's a few things that you guys have figured out about the ship, a few things that you have come to understand. Ursa, the ship had a existing arcane light structure of crystals that were embedded in each one of the rooms, as well as on the upper deck, the main deck of the ship. And you begin to notice that they cycle from a orangish hue through to a blue hue and then back to an orange hue. And what you figure out is almost like a daily rotation, giving you a sense of where you are in a daily structure, helping to give you structure to your routine as you worked on the deck of the Belgrande to set up exercise equipment and practice dummies and things of that nature and get used to the gravity after doing a few experiments with Elias on the ship. Pandorica.
Drills. We call them drills.
Pandorica, your time at the helm of the ship, you've started to realize that it's almost like a partnership with it. And you begin to sense the differences as the ship slows down. There's a difference in the speed, there's a difference in the immediacy of the speed decrease as to whether it's Ursa and Elias running another experiment and launching one of them at the end of a rope off of the deck, or whether it's coming close to a piece of debris, a meteor, something of that nature. It seems to slow itself down, but also move itself out of the way, where when your compatriots tried launching themselves with Mangiol, it stopped almost immediately, like put on the emergency brakes.
Yeah, Pandorica is still upset that happened. It's such a terrible idea. I was curious about the relationship with the ship. Is there any kind of emotional quality to this input, or like I'm unclear on whether or not the ship is an organism?
There doesn't seem to be any what is the word I'm looking for here? There isn't anything that you feel that's like, caring or anything of that nature. It seems to be more of symbiotic. There isn't love. It lives because you are at the helm. If you're not at the helm, it doesn't live, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was just trying to get an idea of where the feely space was. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
And we should talk about the enormous ovipositor, but
hey, it's a little self-conscious.
Anybody want an omelet?
It's just big over Pozzard.
Elias, after the initial experiment and the information that you got back from Ursa as to what it was like to be launched from the ship, reaching a certain length and then kind of being stuck out there and being cold, you've continued to do a few experiments and you've realized that there, from all of the books on alchemy that you have read, there's a bubble of usable air for things like fire and things of that nature. You do a couple of spells outside of that range and the fire goes off and you can see that it damages whatever it hits, but it's a much quicker flash and it doesn't seem like something would burn for long out adrift outside of the ship's well or the ship's gravity. Gwendolyn, since you've gotten on the ship, you've tried to get comfortable kind of with the situation that you've found yourself in. Is that, you know, it wasn't really in your mind to be going into the abyss itself on a little rocket ship. But
It's a new change of scenery.
yeah, here you are. So you took a room at the back of the ship, kind of a little bit further away from the rest of the group and closer to the kitchen. Unfortunately, it's next to the head, so you're going to spend all of this episode listening to Farion anytime you're in your room. But, you know, he said that he wanted to get closer to the god, so he's going to be praying this whole episode.
He can learn silence.
Yeah.
Just cast it on himself in the privy.
However, the dreams and the nightmares that you were having of, you know, you fall asleep, you have a dream about anything, going and getting coffee at a coffee shop that you knew in Gothenheim. You think about going to a certain library that you would at the Temple of Aura. They all end up the same, with you looking up to the sky and seeing the dark spot that is Alam, with these tendrils reaching out into the darkness and space around it. But tonight, as you're about to be awakened, you hear the voice of Sylvia as she sings you a little bit of a lullaby. Hush, little child, don't say a word. Alam has smiled to quiet the world. An end to the light, torment upon the herd. Into the darkness, a suffering incurred. And as she finishes it, that's when everybody is awoken to Farion running from the helm, yelling that the ship is under attack.
She never was good at lullabies.
Sharks. No, she's not. It never really was one of her strong suits. Yelling out that the ship is under attack by large space shark barracuda things. Let's do this. Let's just in case.
Sounds like an unidentified creature.
Yes. So what we're going to do, as promised last week, we're just going to go right into initiative. I'm going to bring up my dice requester. I'm going to click all of the players. Click initiative.
Not very
As
good.
always, I like to wait and see what's going to happen.
Wow.
And all of the bad guys do the
Oh, nuts.
tracker.
Some
There
killer
we go.
initiative rolls there.
I know.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Hey, if we add them all up, we get a 21.
Yeah,
We're doing group initiative, right? We won.
You know, we like to take our time and act when we have more information.
Are we trying to count? Is that what we're doing?
Is that how Ursa counts her sheep? You know,
I count goats.
count goats.
Shit.
All right, I am going to make this one. There is one that is visible to the party on the combat tracker.
Mm-hmm.
That is there because right now where Pandorica is, let's get ourselves to a map where everybody at home see us. Where Pandorica currently is, that is what she can see outside of the window. That is chewing on one of the fins coming out of the Belgrande below deck. So, let's get started and see who goes first in initiative. It is Gwendolyn with a 7.
Yeah.
Coming out the gate strong. Don't roll the you don't want to use up all your high rolls on initiative. You know, there's better things to use them on.
Mhm.
Like death saves.
Like death saves. Yeah.
What would
Think I
you like
gotta-
to do first, Gwendolyn?
We'll probably get out of my room.
Yes.
I can't open the door.
That door shouldn't be.
There we go.
There we go.
And
I'm gonna move Farion just outside of the door of the head. You're gonna see him as he runs into it.
is that the way to the upper deck?
Nope, this way.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
I'm getting used to the whole thing. So over here. Okay. Yes. Ooh, this map is fancy. And so that was a dash, right? To get to the deck. There's quite a few out here, but I think we can do this.
I'm muted. I'm sitting here talking to myself. I I measured it out. You actually have like another 10 feet of movement. That wasn't a full
Okay.
dash.
I'm gonna move. No, I'm not. I'm gonna move like there.
All right. Down below. And Ursa.
So, I got a little question.
Mm-hmm.
The I can rope bridge up to the deck. Is that where this rope bridge goes?
It's like a rope ladder. Yes, it takes you up, and then once you get to the top of it, you actually have to lift. There you are. Up, you have to lift.
Okay.
You can see the hatch that you're on top of now. You have to move that hatch out of the way. It's on hinges, and it's set to snap closed.
Okay. Well,
You have to actually grab like a hasp and move it out of the way to get it to open, and then when it snaps closed, the hasp re-engages.
okay. Well, when we see her, she's sitting on the edge of a crate, toweling off after a sweaty run through the sprints and drills, and she's sitting there drinking some sort of dwarven malt wheat germ. It's like unfinished whiskey protein drink. It's dwarven muscle milk. She looks over, grabs her shield and her hammer, and just vaults up the rope ladder. And I'm not gonna open the hatch. I'm going to explode out of the hatch, and use my action to complete my movement. And I think I'm gonna run at this thing.
That was pretty
Yeah.
dramatic. I feel like you need
And-
inspiration for that.
I'm gonna stand there and and start drooling and chewing on the edge of my shield as I run at the thing, raging. So it's like a giant fish. Giant bony fish.
Kind of what it looks like.
A fish or monster or monster fish.
Kev, you're muted again.
Yeah, yes, it's like fish in space. Yes, kind of like fish, except they have one large eye, and it seems to be fiery red in its glow. These ones are of the longer, skinnier variety, like the one on the bottom of the picture.
Okay. I activated my rage. I used my action. I've got my wooden shield that's got the spike of metal on it, so I can stab people with it if I need to. That's also handy for when I want to stab into a monster that's kind of big, and then go two-handed on whatever it is I'm carrying, or draw the great axe. But I'm banging my hammer on the shield and growling and drooling and spit's going everywhere, giving over to the beast that is bear.
All right.
And I'm done.
I believe it is now Elias's turn. Somebody goes in between. No, it's Elias's turn.
I'm a little embarrassed. You know, it's the first time I've used this. Well, it's not the first time, but it's the first time anything's invaded this Sanctum spell. So I didn't react as quickly as I thought I should have, but we'll get over it. So I need to move F to get to the X to go, or no, I need to get to the
that
F to
or
get to
or
the
go to the
stairs,
rope
right?
bridge. Yeah, or go to the rope bridge. Yeah, one of the
And climb up on the rope bridge,
Yep.
right? Okay. I can't see where I'm going beyond that until you move me out of the door, though, because I have no light. I mean, I have light, but it's mine, right?
Oops.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna double move, so it's 15, it's 30, and then we'll do 45. Okay.
Cameraman runs down the hallway with you. Keep you in action frame.
And it's all 2-dimensional, so it's perfectly steady cam.
Oh yeah, it's always.
I was gonna
steady
say,
cam
oh
in
great,
space.
we're going shaky cam.
Yeah,
but no, steady cam is
yeah.
good. Okay,
There's always steady cam in space.
that's convenient.
All right.
Oh hey, I'm
Let's
doing my
see.
turn.
All right, and that's the end of Elias's turn. And now, the one that Ursa ran up on.
Night scaver.
It opens its maw to bite you, Ursa, and you see hundreds of little tiny crystalline teeth. Its skin is a dark black that's actually speckled with little white dots that almost seem to mirror what you see off in the darkness. However, you're able to dodge its snap at you. You take no damage. Pandorica.
First I want to go there. Because I don't actually have visual on these things from where I am.
Yeah, well, you have visual for the one that's on the combat tracker that you can see, the one that's with the verbally abusive, mournful jaunt. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but you know, it is what the random name generator gave. You can see that one, so if you want to drop a spell in the combat tracker, you can. However, I'm going to send you a freebie roll as you run up to the
I did have one of the, okay, that's cool. But I did have one question on, I was wondering whether or not from the helm I can withdraw the fins, retract the fins, so that they're less of an appealing, appetizing target.
You could. You'd have to get back onto the helm and use your action to regain control of the ship, and then on the next turn, use your action to actually close them up.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a free one of these rolls though. Please.
Free one of these rolls.
You come over,
Oh,
or did
that
I
was-
send it? It should be a perception check. It shows that there's a roll hanging out for you. I can do it again.
yeah, there it is. It's it was. I was clicking through Windows, so I think I just mashed it. I had to dig it out again. I have two now. I will roll one of them.
Okay, as you're out and you're like, see, you can see that this one is on the fin, and you're
Mhm.
thinking about going back to the helm to regain connection and possibly close the fin. You notice that there seems to be some type of light source coming from the boat, as this piece of the glass eyes of the Belgrande kind of are, being a large lens. You can see downward a little bit. There's some type of light source coming from the bottom of the ship.
Oh,
Oh. Oh my.
but we can actually just like walk on the bottom of the ship, right?
I mean, it's kind of like swimming against the grain, but yes, you can, because there's a gravitational plane that is set up
Mhm.
for the ship, so you'd have to fight against it more or less.
Oh, I see.
You would need almost like a grappling hook to grapple the bottom of it and then pull yourself towards the bottom.
If only we had put a rope ladder along the bottom of the boat. Oh, jeez.
Hey, you know what? It's things that you learn when you've never been a Spelljammer captain before. These are tricks of the trade, which will come with time.
So I think I'll make my way back to the helm, because I want to pull those fins back in, ideally, to keep them from getting mangled. There's no guarantee. Although, if we kill these things, we might be able to use their skin for fins. Get some concealment from a distance, maybe. Okay, baby steps. All right, so that's what I'll do, and then I will advance the combat tracker, because I was 35 feet in movement.
One with the abusive jaunt. Verbally abusive one. Whoops.
I'm just out for a swim. I lost everything, you prick. Yeah, that's. Oh no, they're flanking me.
Oh, wait.
I tremble in previous editions.
That was brilliant. I love it.
Oh my.
And now it is your turn, Gwendolyn.
Sweet.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do my channel divinity
Okay.
and specifically target the negative legwork one in front of me.
Mhm.
So put that on myself, right? We're learning how all the scripting works.
Let's see. Gotta look at it. So on your thing is the Hexblade Curse. Drop that one on the one that you're...
No, I'm doing my channel divinity paladin.
Oh, channel ability panel. The Vow of...
Anonymity, yeah.
Yep, that's just yourself. Yep, you put that on yourself.
Okay.
And it'll give you your effect.
So that gives me advantage on this target.
Yep.
So let's... I do get another one since it's Elven accuracy, so I'll just roll one more time. See if it's a crit. Oh, I did not want to do that. Yeah, well, it wasn't.
Neither one of them were, so that's good. All right.
So that's my. Here we go. Ooh, minimum damage.
Oh no. Okay. Anything else?
I get one more attack.
Oh, okay. That would be something else. As you hit the flesh of these large fish-type creatures, you notice that their skin is made more of a chitinous material, like insects or potato bugs, in thick layers and scales, rather than soft flesh.
No crit, but better damage.
Better damage. No crit, better damage. Less
Oh, that'll
flag.
be my turn.
Negative leg work.
Ursa Red Rock.
Can't talk,
Right
raging.
Next. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong creature.
Well, all right, so I quickly glance over to see that there's another one coming up. I'm going to take that into account as I come up with the shield so that he can't see where the hammer's going. Like basically, like pin up under his jowls
Mhm.
with the shield, so I can start breaking some of these ribs with the warhammer. Just holding him in place. Plus, his eyes are glowing, and that's never good. Instinctively, I know don't look directly at the glowing eyes.
Aye. They have one singular one right.
Nope,
in
he's
the
got
middle
more
of
than
their
one.
skull.
See, I wasn't looking. You're not going to trick me. He's got one on the other side. I don't know where it is. I wasn't. I'm not there. All right.
It's on his backside, so he can see his way on exit.
Uh-huh. All right, let's Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. I don't have the warhammer in hand. It's currently equipped with the ye old battle axe. One-handed mode. Reprehensible legwork. If you didn't come to dance, get the fuck off my boat. I believe that's a hit.
That is a hit.
All right, we're talking about some
That's respectable.
12 points of the old slashing damage.
That's respectable. His little ball next to his name is a little less green.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? You got two of those?
Oh, second verse, same as the first. Have another. Uh-oh.
No, I don't think I will.
Mm.
I would like to remind everybody, since everybody keeps saying, I think we should get initiative for that, and you guys reminded me in the chat to give you guys an inspiration. You all are sitting on an inspiration. I never took them away last week. You can't use them. I can't keep giving them to you if you don't use them. I'm just throwing that out there.
Next time I'll attack recklessly.
Anything else, Ursa?
Bring my shield back in and clap it with the battle axe to get the other one's attention. If he wants to get close, I want to keep him close.
All right, perfect. Anything else?
Yeah, close that like that. There we go. Get him to come around the mast. All right. I don't have the combat tracker open. There we go. Turn complete.
Laius, it is your turn, sir.
Okay, we're running.
We're running. I'm trying to get the camera caught up to where you are so everybody can see what you're doing. All right, you're running. Oh, actually, Farion is in the bathroom now.
Just trying to get to these stairs. It's all going to be over by the time I get up there.
No, it's not. Do you have any other movement left, or are you done?
I think I can do another 15 feet.
5, 10, 15.
Okay, that works. So next round I can get up on the deck.
Here, we'll just put you on the X. Did the thing pop up? There it is. There you
That's
go.
cool.
Now you're up on the deck. Do you feel better about
restricted
There's
it?
a shark
wizard.
in your face.
All right.
There is a shark in my face.
Anything else, Elias?
No, I think that will do for a turn.
All right. Let's see. This one right here with the reprehensible legwork. It's his turn. He's going to try to bite you there, Ursa Red Rocks. Oh, he bites you. Is those assorted tiny little teeth. Oof.
Oof.
Good thing we were rolling with some rage as we halved that
That is
damage.
Oh my
terrifying
goodness.
damage.
Yeah, it is. I think I'm
Like
gonna go below decks again.
As hundreds of little barbed tiny razor wires that it calls teeth grate your flesh from your skin.
Did it leave a couple of them in me?
Maybe we can try to pick them out later. Pandorica.
Okay,
Back.
you said it's going to take an action to retract the fence?
Yep.
Okay, so I will do that. And then I would like to spend 2 sorcery points to cast a quickened message spell
Okay.
for, let's say, Gwendolyn. Because Ursa's not in any shape to hear it. And then say there's another one on the bottom of the boat. Or on the bottom of the ship. And I will advance the combat tracker.
All right. It's the cameraman's turn, but we don't pay him to have fun. So we're going to skip him. Oh,
Damn.
boy. The one with the mournful jaunt. Smelling blood in the water. Decides that it's going to attack Miss Ursa Red Rocks. Hitting Ursa Red Rocks. And grating her flesh for an additional number of points of damage. Not as many 10s this time.
Not as many.
Inflicting 12 points of damage since it was resisted.
Haven't
Hey.
noticed yet.
Why does the limber one keep getting skipped? There we go. I forgot to make him appear on the tracker.
Ah.
Howdy.
One with the negative legwork. Smelling the astral essence on the one who just broke through the stairs. I can drop my dice on you.
Yep.
I don't appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Most people don't. I'm gonna hurt myself.
I'm alive.
Hits Elias for 29 points of damage. The Belgrande doesn't get a turn. Gwendolyn.
All right. As my bonus action, I'm gonna Hexblade Curse. That effect goes on this guy.
Yep.
This goes on me. And this one goes on me. There we go.
Now you may swing when ready, sir.
I'm gonna do exactly that. Ooh, that's a crit.
Ooh.
Tis indeed.
So it's not a 20 crit, so I don't get inspiration, but that's okay.
But it's still critical for the damage.
And I'm gonna smite that.
Should have.
Thought you might do that.
I got it.
Okay. And now let's see if all the damage does what it's supposed to do.
There you go.
Good damn.
Nice.
I get another attack.
So do I.
I get one more. Elven accuracy is amazing. Well, it's a normal hit.
It's still a hit.
And I'm gonna smite this one too. But this one's just gonna be with a first level spell slot. So it's only a measly 2d8. See if it worked. Yep. It's dead.
Nice.
Oh,
That thing was carrying that huge tombstone with it that whole time.
yeah.
Where was he
Yeah,
carrying?
these are the things we cut up in the belly and look for treasure.
And,
Now we've got an anchor.
that's
Space
my turn.
anchor. All right. It
we
is
go.
now Ursa
So-
Redrock's turn.
She's gonna crouch down and stab into the deck
Mhm.
with the spike on her shield, come up two-handed with the battle axe, and attack recklessly.
Ooh. All attacks are at advantage. Nice.
That applied. Yep. Here we go.
Swing, bada, 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 bada. Oh, that one was so
So
close.
close.
That's
So
all right. I'll take. It's still hit.
close.
All right.
Yeah,
Damage is
25
damage.
is still a 25.
Have some
Yeah.
damage, and we're out here. We're out here reckless. We're out here reckless and crit fishing.
Anything else, sir?
Oh yeah. I got more, man. Got mad hits like I was riding Karoo.
All right.
Okay. Chop chop.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
And she's nonverbal. She's she's just going ham.
Love it.
She's a bear. She likes fish.
Get him. Get him.
That's my turn.
That's your
But what do I
turn.
know? I just bite the heads off fish.
Elias, what would you like to do?
All
Elias?
right. I am going to get some of my hit points back.
Okay.
And to do so, I'm going to drop a saving throw on this guy. Ah, he saved.
That was so close. It was on the one, too. You
I
almost
know. Well, you can
critically
still-
failed, and you would have gotten an inspiration.
You can still take these 4 points of necrotic damage.
Nervation. The unnerve of
Yeah.
people.
Let's see. God damn. That spell is a gamble, man. I just blew a 5th level spell slot for nothing. All right. For 4 points of damage. So I run and I swan dive over the edge of the deck.
And just kind
Actually-
of float in the gravity.
Did you
I'm just
tie
gonna
off
risk the
first?
I'm going to risk the opportunity attack and run down the stairs.
All right, he is going to take that attack of opportunity because
Yeah, I can't stand there and go toe to toe with these things. One shot and I almost died.
fish is food. Your food.
Oof.
Oh, I'm dead.
Shield?
Oh yeah, I have shield. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you probably do that.
Oh my god.
Shield
So-
blocks it. Shield blocks it.
Cool.
Yeah, because that puts me up to 17. Yep.
All right. Go team. Let's see.
Thank goodness.
This one
All right.
with reprehensible legwork, we're going to remember to apply our advantage because you attacked so recklessly, Ursa. I mean, the nice thing is that they only get to attack once.
Yeah, but I mean, they do like.
They don't do multi-attack. They just grate their flesh from your bones.
They do 40, 10 plus 5, okay? Like
And you've
that's
rolled
a lot of
at
points.
least a single 10
That's
on
9
all
to
of
4. Yeah, that's 9 to 45 points of damage, and you have dropped north of 30, north of 30
You
a few times.
killed one of them in one round.
Oh,
I didn't.
sorry.
I'm talking about the party as a collective, y'all.
Oh, we're collective now. Oh, I thought we were an autonomous collective.
Yeah, an autonomous
Fooling
collective,
himself.
still a collective. All right, Pandorica. What would you like to do, sir? Ma'am.
Well, so I have a question about. There's one on the bottom of the ship, right?
You see some type of light coming from the bottom. The fish themselves weren't producing light.
Oh, I thought their eye was like glowing.
Their eyes glowing, but what's coming from below
Okay.
was a larger shimmering light.
Oh.
Like
Is
it
it
was
one
visible,
of those? Is it one of those like
reflecting.
cones of light that's getting bigger, like something's approaching?
You could go look again. Well, actually, I'll give you this because you're connected to the helm. You do not feel something approaching the ship, but you do feel as if there's like another creature down there. But this one isn't moving, and it's not. It's of a larger stature than the ones that are on the deck. Actually, let's give you another roll.
It's like
Give
a
you
giant
another-
glowing space
you-
jellyfish or something.
Do you have Arcana?
Yes.
Good. Give me one of these. You sense something else on the ship, on your deck. You're not sure where, but it's not one of your party members.
So like something's gotten into the ship then. Okay. Is that an action?
No, that was a freebie.
All right. So I can't. Is it possible to use this ship to get more information about the thing? Because if not, then I'll just walk away. But
you could spend another turn and attempt to try to discern more about the creature by doing another Arcana roll. The first one was a freebie, just to kind of show you that, I mean, there are certain things that you can glean from the ship while you're connected to the helm when it comes to things around it and what's going on around it. It's not like open eyes where you can see everything. It's not a security system. It's more of a feeling.
Okay. And I don't want to. I'm not sure exactly where those walls are, so we'll stammer around the dark until we figure it out together, I guess. Yeah. Do I hear the screams coming from up on deck?
You are aware that there is a massive combat going on in the deck above.
All right, I gotta go. I can't stay here.
Gotta go.
If I knew for sure I could do it, then that's one thing, but Pandorica isn't sure. So if there is something on this deck, then she'll hope it jumps out at her. That's 2 movements. So I'm done.
Move the camera so that way when we come back, we can see the hallway. You and Elias will be
Oh,
there.
it was just the camera, man.
All right.
Must have been the wind.
The one with the mournful jaunt is frenzied. His blood is in the air. Fresh piles of ground Ursa.
Really, I'm just velveted at this point. I'm not quite ground.
Ready for casing.
Blood is in the air. It's all over the deck.
I didn't roll a 10 that time.
You didn't. That one was a bit weaker.
I think that was actually average. This one, however, is not happy that its blooded meal has escaped. Decides that it's going to miss its critical on Gwendolyn. And then
Oh,
something,
poor baby.
something happens. Something happens. The
Something,
Bel
something.
Grande does something, and then we swing back around to Gwendolyn's turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack with my great sword on the one behind me. Repay the favor. Or not.
Oh,
Dang
I
it,
got another one.
Bobby. You got inspiration too.
that's a hit.
Yep. And yeah, I'll pop another first level smite. These things seem to be a lot scarier when we keep them around. So that's my turn. Slicing into it a bit. A little worried about red rocks over there.
Really red rocks.
Yeah, she's gonna be pale rocks when this is done. Most of her blood
Hmm.
has left.
Weird.
On a
It's gonna become
scale
Ursa Red Dock pretty soon.
on a scale of 1 to 115 pints of blood. she's
Yeah.
fine. She's
Yeah. Feeling heavy.
cold in
You
the
got
water today.
you got a potion there, Red Rocks?
Oh, we're fine. We're gonna go ahead and get reckless again.
Okay.
Ooh, just getting wiggly.
Get wiggling. Oh, I almost just dropped damage. Like that's how this works. Now here we go.
Nice.
Fishing.
Very nice.
And die, fishy.
Almost.
Is this mournful jaunt one like up on me? Am I in a square he threatens?
He's been biting you, so I assume so.
He's not in a square that you threaten, but you're in a square that he threatens.
Oh, he's got the reach around.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's kind of him.
One came up close, the other one decided to let him stay back and let his friend have first kicks at you.
Well, I'm gonna swing around to I'm staggering a little bit. There's a lot of blood that has come out. I look around and I see it. It's not shaking me out of my rage. In fact, it's not gonna help at all.
You're looking like Uncle Frank from Hellraiser.
Yeah. Yes, and next character you can summon out of a mattress.
Gross. All right, I'm gonna poke my head out of the door, like from the stairs. I don't know if we can do. Yeah, we can do that. Cool.
Right.
And then I see that thing is still there,
Mhm.
so I am going to cast a. Yeah, let's make it a second level magic missile. So we'll just add an extra missile onto that. Here, have a little bit of damage.
Thank you.
And then I'm dipping below. So if it wants to try and do that whole thing with the opportunity attack, it can do that if it wants to. I just haven't hit the yes for the prompt yet. Because I figure if it kills me, then I don't have to hit that button.
Well, hit the button. Let's see if Pandorica finds you at the bottom of the steps.
Okay.
Because you were kind of poking your head out, so it would take a swing at you as you go to close the door and back down. So you might fall down the stairs.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm gonna shield that.
Oh, shield saves your skin again. as the door slams shut. You can see the spell reverberate on the outside. Gwendolyn. Scaver.
Like,
His head snaps back, shakes and hisses. This one with reprehensible legwork.
Do they even
getting
have legs?
scary.
According to the auto name generator, they do.
Neat.
They don't.
They're
though. It's
reprehensible, though.
Reprehensible.
Reprehensible legwork.
Reprehensible disbursement of false information.
Ursa Red Rock. They are just getting you ready for the sausage stuffing machine. Pandorica. Back to you.
Okay. All right.
I
well,
kind of forget that Red Rocks has like 200 HP theoretically. And then seeing Ursa Red Rocks at the heavy state, I'm like, oh, that's dangerous. And I was like, oh yeah, it's got like
Yeah.
80 more hit
Ursa's
points
taken
left.
Crazy damage so far.
definitely moving up 15 feet there. Did I only got a sense that the whatever it is on the same level as this, right?
Correct.
All right, so I will peek in that door, peek in that door. That one was already open. And then
Peek which door?
oh shoot. The one sorry. Damn it. Thank you. The one to the north was already off. I don't know what happened there.
I moved you back because there's a door here as well.
Yes, I
If-
opened that one when I was next to it.
Okay.
Oh, that one yeah, I was gonna
Because the one to the north, that's Elias's room.
That's my room.
That's why
right, that
Elias
one
left
was
that.
open. Right.
Yep.
The one to yeah, sure, I guess. Might as well.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were going to leave the door open.
I was gonna skip it because I was assuming that it came in to the ship through one of the other access methods and it hadn't gotten that far yet, if whatever it is. But yeah, you can't hurt to open it if it's a you know, a no-brainer to open it. And then we'll move there and open that door along the way. Oh, hello.
Whoops. Whoa. Somehow I clicked on 2 tokens. I went to move the cameraman and I clicked on you and the cameraman. Okay.
So I guess
There is a very pale, skinny humanoid creature. Its head snaps quickly at you and it hisses with long black fangs that thick spit and ichor drips down its mouth as it sees you, and it goes to turn quickly. I don't know how much. I think that was 25. So
yeah, it was 25. I closed the door.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go another 25 feet to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points in order to cast a quickened blade ward. I think I can do this all by myself.
All by myself.
Did I did it?
Looks like you did it.
Sure
I did
sounds
it.
like it to me.
I don't see the effect on the combat tracker though. So
I do.
just-
Okay. Wait, hold on.
Can you drag it on yourself?
Yeah, I can. I just was clicking on the button to see if it. There we go.
it is.
There you go.
All right. The cameraman doesn't
Cameraman
actually get a
does
turn.
A quick zoom pan.
We go back to the top. This jaunty one decides that it wants a little bit of Ursa burger.
Miss.
Oh, and misses.
Even with advantage.
I think you're
Not
muted,
today.
Ursa.
I'm a value meal. I come with fries, drink, and a toy.
Oh yeah, he wasn't ready for all that. He just wanted a snack.
Tough.
Sometimes it takes all 3.
Let's see. The limber one. Cha-cha real smooth. He's now getting frustrated because it has not been able to take a bite out of you, Gwendolyn. And its dinner keeps poking its head out of the fucking door and then hiding. Uh-oh. But he hit you that time.
I'll be fine.
But that's their secret. It's never fine. Dealing 23 points of damage to you as your blood mists up into the air. Okay, let's go back to the top of the ship. Everybody who's on the top of the ship might want to pay attention to the map for a second.
Can't make me.
I mean, you don't
I'm
have
not on
to.
top of the ship. I'm not on the top of the
No,
ship.
you're not, so you can't look at it. On the
I'm not
port
looking.
side, the port side hold, a humanoid creature that stands about 6 feet tall comes crawling up the rope ladder and seems to pass through the actual topside deck as if it did not exist. Extremely pale skin with only a black loincloth and a piece of rope holding it closed, holding it around its waist. Long black fangs. It catches eyes with you for a second, Ursa, and completes the rest of its move as it goes and jumps off side of the ship. Doink.
Off the ship?
Off the side of the ship. Gwendolyn, it's your turn.
It is my turn.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and finish this one off. I don't like this one. Though I am, if I move here, I'm still in its range, right? So I don't provoke an opportunity attack.
Correct.
So I'm gonna move there. And actually, wait, hold on. I'm not gonna move there. I'm gonna move right here. Attack it.
That's a hit.
Good damage.
That's heavy, man. That's a hit.
It's another hit.
Mhm.
Hmm. I'm just gonna do normal damage. And as my bonus action, I'm going to do second wind. And heal 8 hit points. And that's my turn.
Ursa Red Rocks. Strength of the bear. Bear.
Yeah, that's what's going on. She picks her shield back up, get her armor class back. She's going to attack again. This is not going to be reckless, but I have a plan.
You have a plan. I
Well,
like the sound of that.
She's going to attack first, then grab her shield. But yes,
Would you say you have half a plan?
I have more of a plan because I got a dirty 20 in that hit, so yes.
So
Ooh,
far,
almost
everything
max
is
damage
proceeding
too.
Okay.
according
Oh,
to
nice.
plan.
Oh, man, it's still alive, damn it.
It's critical though.
I call back over my shoulder through clenched teeth. Furion! You're Furion up here. Some of this blood needs to go back in me.
I'll be there as soon as. Oh, Laura.
All right, well, he's off having an Elvis moment. I guess I'll finish this thing off now.
He's all that chum that summoned the
Are
sharks
we
in the
within
first
60
place.
feet of him? Can he just activate his aura from the bathroom?
We are not mechanically going to have a healing shitter aboard the.
Uh-oh, I'm spending inspiration. I am not I am not doing that. That is not. Thank you. You canceled the sound, you rock.
All right.
I bet you're wondering how I got in this situation.
Better.
That's still a hit.
Good
You will
enough.
take it. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Good enough.
Still freaking alive.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't
Don't
like this
die.
thing.
It doesn't like you.
But
You're trying to
I
kill
think-
it.
there's my blood all over the deck. I
And
was
it's
fishing.
delicious.
I would say I'm successfully fishing.
Yes.
You are
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
fishing.
Yes. The part that
Fishing
scares
for a
me
new
is the one that's
character.
just north of you that's completely green and
In
untouched.
space.
Well, the
fish
plan
that you-
included him too, but I had the other part of the plan was finishing this one first.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. All right.
Okay,
Elias.
I'm gonna poke my head out.
Okay.
Kill, attack the other one. The other one's real close
You know what? I am
to
unlocking.
ceasing to be.
There we go. I couldn't get the button. I got it.
There
All
you
right. So I'm gonna poke my head up. I see this one sneaking up behind Ursa,
go. Mhm.
and I'm gonna send it a dex save. Ooh, well,
Oh,
Well,
that's
it
fine.
made it.
So it can have half of that, I guess.
oh.
My spells are not very effective in space, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still
And-
learning.
Well,
Second
it's not
first,
really.
same as
It's
the
it's
first.
not really that they're not working. These creatures are really fast. They have a high
Yeah, they have high-
dexterity.
They have high dex, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go back down if it'll let me.
Yeah.
I like that you're poking up.
I unlocked both moves.
Yeah, I got
That other one that's still alive, the limber one, is gonna take a shot. That's his thing. He really wants you.
it. I understand.
I want you.
Yeah.
What does shield
Okay.
give you? What does shield
Not
give
enough.
you?
I'm not gonna bother. 17.
A 17. Oh.
Yeah. Because I don't have mage armor active. Why don't I have my what? Oh wow, I messed this game up, dude. Like I should have
You were
cast
just
mage
getting ready to
armor
go to bed.
and
You were just
then
getting
I would
ready
have
to go
had
to bed.
my. Oh wait a minute, I do get my arcane ward because I did cast shield before. Forgot all about my stupid thing.
So
So
what
that's what-
type of difference would that make?
Well, the difference is I would have 20.
If
Aside
you
from the,
if you used shield, you would have 20 left, or it would be
I would
20.
have. I would have. What is it? Twice my level plus my casting modifier or my proficiency? I can't remember. One moment.
One moment, please.
Allow me to consult the rules.
Wizards, am I right?
Wizards only.
Twice my level
Fools.
plus my intelligence modifier. Okay, so
We
That would
appreciate your
be-
hold as we try to look up exactly what this spell does. And thank you again
So
for joining
I
us
had-
tonight at Heathen Cantina.
prior to
Spell
that
is very
attack,
important to us.
I had 21. I had 30. I would have had 30 hit points.
You would have had 30.
Yeah, because I would have had 30. Because 21 of my hit points would have been temporary hit points, so I would have soaked those. I would have taken 9 damage, right? Or no, I would have soaked 21 of the damage. Leave it at that. So then I would have taken 5 points of damage.
5 points. It initially exceeded by 17, so it did 11, which was a 27. You only took 5, which puts you at 32. That sound correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you are not dead. Let me make sure there's not an exhaustion effect on you. Let's take that prone effect off. Let's get
Thank
back
you.
to combat. Anything else you'd like to do, sir?
Other than make sure that thing can't get through the door? No.
All right, the one with reprehensible legwork. See, the thing is you don't have to attack recklessly. Blood is in the air. So he's going to take a swing at you, Ursa.
Ouch.
Hitting.
ferry and put a cork in it. Come on, buddy.
Healing 14 points because of your lovely, lovely rage. Pandorica
Uh-huh.
Beautiful rage.
is your.
So- No movement from that room, right? Nothing came out of that door.
Nope, but let me give you. I'm going to give you a freebie roll.
Thank
You know, I keep trying to click on the requested roll app, and I keep clicking on the custom dice box, confusing myself. Let's see, perception. There you go. There's a perception check for you.
I just realized my skeleton friend lost his legs.
No, you don't hear shit. You're not aware of shit, Pandorica,
Yeah.
except the scuffle on the top of the boat.
Yeah, did when Elias is doing his things at the top of the ladder up the deck, can
Mhm.
Pandorica see him from I don't
Mm,
know.
No,
I mean, I don't have line of sight on the map. Okay.
no, you would not, because let me get to that map so I can draw some stuff. There is a whoops, wrong thing. I like to go to drawing mode. He is down in this direction here, and where that arrow ends, there's the wall. That's the back
There is a
side of
wall,
the
okay.
stairs as they go up. The entrance for the stairs are on the other side.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I wasn't sure if it was just a Fantasy Grounds line of sight thing. Thank you. All right, so mother pus bucket.
Kind of is a line of sight thing, because looking at it now where you are, that gap there should not exist.
Gotcha.
So yes, it's kind of a line of sight thing. It's called the DM screwed it up.
End of my next turn. Okay. So this will last to the end of my turn. I can't. For some reason I have free control of my token.
Yeah, I unlocked the token, so I didn't have to keep approving it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Too much overhead.
I think
Move
that's within
responsibly.
25 because that's as far as I got. So she goes back there and she opens the
Uh-huh.
door again, and it's not there.
Correct.
All right. Mother mushroom. Gonna work.
Motherfucking son of a bitch.
Language.
Okay, so now I think I need to have a conversation about Dimension Door.
Okay.
How I know that historically you've talked about having house rules governing teleportation and teleportation magics. So
Dim
I
door.
want to know.
Dim door, anything within like a 30 to 60 foot range, I don't really give a crap about. When it starts becoming days worth of travel for the spell, it's a whole nother elastic piece of crap.
So the max would be 500 feet. I mean, I know I'm not going more than 120 feet anywhere in any direction, but are there any funky effects that's gonna be applied to that?
No. If you want
Okay,
dim door to
then-
the roof, then you can. Or
Yeah,
to
that's what I
the
want to do.
top floor. You want to pretty much go straight up?
Yes, I think. Actually, a little bit closer to the helm, so maybe like 10 foot to the left and up. Because I want to start with, she'd want to get some distance away from where the primary scuffles are occurring as well.
Bloop. We'll reshare this record with all the people so that you get it, because it
Thank
did
you.
an auto load for you.
When you were talking about dim door, it reminded me of this thing I read once. It was like one of those silly meme postings or whatever. It was like space is littered with time travelers that forgot to take the motion of the Earth for the universe into account.
All right. Anything else, Pandorica?
Possibly.
Anything is possible.
I'm seeing this, so I'm just kind of getting some information. All right, so Ursa's there, Gwendolyn's there.
Not for much
And
longer.
that's home. Ursa having trouble?
I just think that our tactics are very poor.
Well, tactics.
Tactics.
Doing the best I
schmactics.
can, sir.
You know what I did?
Mm.
Let me hit the start button here on Pro Stream. Nobody's been getting updated on your guys' health bars in the home
Oh.
crowd. Your health bars have been full this whole time.
Oh, they are
There
not.
we go. Now they're not.
They're not.
We fixed that for
Prepare for a
those
shock.
watching on Twitch. Yeah, see those red chunks?
Yeah. You
Red
still have more hit
chunks.
points than I do.
So here's a question: if I whip a potion at Ursa and it breaks on her,
No,
okay,
no.
I'm not
It's fair to
gonna.
ask.
I'm not gonna get into it.
I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 too much.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, though.
I don't think it's worth a potential, even with a crit like 4d10. Oh, actually, 4d10 is a lot of damage. All right, I'm gonna cast a quicken firebolt.
Do
All
it.
right.
Just, I don't mind if you kill Steel. Finish the one I'm on. It's okay
Yeah.
by me.
Oh yeah, no, that's basically what the idea is.
There you go.
Yeah, all my
Alright.
scripts weren't working, so unfortunately, everybody looked a lot healthier than they were for the home team. For those at home.
And I will advance the combat tracker.
Cameraman does not get a turn. We go to the top of round 6.
So
if the cameraman could like lend a hand real quick,
so then
just
we
throw
go,
a knife
like,
or
ZZ
something,
top of
that'd
the
be really
round?
handy.
Yes, we're at the top of the round. Do you have something that triggers
ZZ top
off?
of the round.
ZZ's bottom of the round. He's got a no
It should be
initiative.
ZZ top of the round there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. The one with the mournful jaunt. Doesn't care that it was letting its friend try to eat you first. Blood is in the water. Or blood is in the air. Oh, wait. I forgot to roll that at advantage. Roll his
It's
second one.
too late now. It's too late.
Oh, he still missed anyways.
Yeah.
All right, the limber one. Let's see. Oh, Gwendolyn, you've been hit. Yay.
I have.
Now it smells your blood. Maybe I can get out of the door and help out now.
It hits.
Maybe.
Do you have a reaction?
No.
Because it rolled a 26.
Ouch.
Even if I had a reaction. Still
Doing
alive, though.
22 points of damage to Gwendolyn. Now. Oh. Whoa. Need to fix something here. Trying to fix this.
Perhaps I could request a momentary break for AFK time.
Yeah, you know what? We're about an hour and 15 minutes in. I'm just going to describe one thing real quick, and then we're going to take a break if you're cool with that.
No.
It's just a descriptive item.
Does the break count as a short rest where I can roll a hit die?
No.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh my.
From the port
Rope.
side of the ship, you guys see a flash of light. Let's share a picture of this creature. And on its back,
Badass.
was said pale-skinned humanoid that is riding it. And
Awesome.
it is rocketing directly up into the sky, away from the ship. And it gets... Did the math on this earlier so that I would have this prepped. It is 145 feet up. Can you guys see on the map the little number above its icon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Fantasy Grounds, if you click on your icon and you use the control key, or not control, the Alt key, you can actually change your footage. So that way, if you're up in the air, that's how many feet up you are, or
Oh, cool.
negative if you're swimming down.
Wow, that's cool.
It's a good extension.
That
Yeah,
black
that's
on
an
gray is
extension.
rough though. That black
Yeah.
on gray is
Yeah,
rough.
it's kind of tough to read, but
Yeah, I'll have to. I don't know if
It's cool.
I'll see if I can get into that extension and change the coloring. It may actually be.
That's cool though.
The problem is some extensions don't take different themes into account. So it uses
Yeah.
like default colors from the theme, and then in this instance it clashes. But in another theme, it'll be crystal clear. Just too many things going on. But that rockets up. It's a long, dragon-esque, long serpent with that pale gentleman riding its back as it flies away from the Bel Grande. This is where we're going to take our first 10-minute break. We appreciate you all coming and hanging out with us so far tonight, and we'll see you in just a couple.
That's my
We don't-
opener, so I don't care
We're not
about
playing.
it.
That's a different party.
Coming
It's a different
back.
party.
We haven't
And I
really
believe
learned to
we're
fight
back.
together.
Hi, everybody. We're back. We're in combat. We're going through a fight. Looking at this, yes, Ursa, you are right. I did not. When I went to 4 players, your guys' tokens are all messed up. Gwendolyn looks like Farion. Pandorica looks like Gwendolyn. You look like Pandorica, and Ursa's missing.
You know, we woke up in the dark. We put on each other's clothes. I've been at that party.
Yeah. So a large dragon
Still look
type creature
fabulous, though.
came flying up from the port side of the ship, attempting to fly away, maybe? I mean, it's
Bigger
145
fish.
feet straight up. But we're going to get back to the action, and it is Gwendolyn's turn.
Sweet. I'm gonna try and kill this one.
That sounds like a fantastic
That's a hit.
plan.
Okay. Hit it
Solid.
again.
Mm.
I'm gonna.
Again, harder.
Mhm.
Someone's been playing Celeste.
Do it. We believe in you, Gwendolyn. Trying to decide if you want to put some of that wonderful little smite magic in this.
Yeah.
Smite sprinkles.
Weighing the odds, going back through the chat to do the math.
Yeah. I'm doing it. It needs to die.
Yay!
After the DM threw your munchkin laundry out in the street.
Oh, we cleared the chat.
5, 10,
Beautiful. Nice grave.
15,
No more
20, 25, 30. What's up?
Go team.
So Ursa, when the large serpentine whatever flew the hell up like that, she went, "Bigger fish," and she smiles, all covered in just red. She is just drenched, hair matted to her head.
Suddenly,
She's got a head wound.
yeah. Suddenly, you guys realize why her leathers are, red in color. It's actually a natural dye process that she's been perfecting over the years.
Yes, I piss on my clothes after every fight.
I usually do it
Well,
during
I
the
mean,
fight, but, I just blame it on
I figured the celebratory drinking afterwards could aid in that process.
Fetch me my brown pants. Okay. Gotta finish this guy. I'm so sick of fighting the same one.
That's what he said about you.
varieties
He
of
didn't.
spice of life.
All right, we're going
Okay,
reckless. Screw
that's
it.
how he feels about you. But he's sick.
I ain't
of
here
fighting
for
the
his
same one,
feelings.
too.
I came here
Hey.
to drink and fuck. What?
His feelings are valid.
Yeah. Here's fuck his feelings. Here's a 19 on the die.
That's a nice hit.
There you go.
All right. And I'm gonna throw myself back, draw the great axe, poke up here, take a swing at this one next to
Mhm.
Gwendolyn. Because we fought together. We've drilled against trees. Well, they're no longer trees. After we drilled with them before launch, we basically said, great axe, great sword, we can take down ogres. And we pretended the trees were ogres. We're running that drill, baby.
Can you guys see the practice dummies on yours? Because when I
Mm-hmm.
added them before, okay, I just wanted to make sure. Because when I first added them, it wasn't syncing to my rig computer, my other computer that I used to put the stream out with. A swing and a hit.
All right. And then she's going to move over here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and slide in her own blood to here and reach for a potion, which she'll drink next turn. But now she's got a little breathing room.
Is there anything that would stop
You
it?
can do about it? No, you can't bite me.
Why not? What do you got?
Mobile?
It's a little thing called mobile. Now that I
Okay.
took a swing at you, you don't get to.
Just
So
wanted to
pump the
verify.
brakes.
That's
I
why
know,
I
that's
asked.
why I was trying to.
I like the explanation.
I like the questions. Okay.
All right, moving right along. Diddy dum,
Good
diddy
turn.
dum. Elias, it is your turn. Would you like to poke your head
All
out
right.
back to the top of the boat?
Yep. Things have changed. I probably
Drastically.
didn't see this thing. Yeah.
You do see
Looks
it
nicer up
as
here.
soon as you open up the door, because it is emanating bright light from underneath its
okay.
scales.
And it's flying away from us.
It's flying like straight up.
Okay. So I'm turning my attention to the immediate threat then. And nothing fancy, just another second level magic missile. Let's just throw some guaranteed force damage. There you go.
An Iron Man pops up from the lower deck. Anything else on this?
No, that'll do it. I'm gonna stay above deck this time, since
All
I'm
right.
not actively being chewed on by a giant space fish.
Pandorica, it is your turn.
Unknown.
Uh-huh.
Heading up 145 feet away.
Uh-huh. We don't do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It's whichever one is further up or horizontal. Just because of
Ooh,
the
I
way
like
that
that. Okay.
5e maths out. So it's 145
That's great.
feet away from you.
That is great. Okay, thank you.
We 5e that shit and just pick the bigger of the two numbers and make it simple. Doesn't actually make sense in a 3D space, but neither does angular movement, only costing one all the time.
We're on an Age of Sail ship in a void fighting flying fish.
Exactly, Ethan Hoth. Non-Euclidean spaces. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right,
I can no longer believe any of this shit. I'm done.
it's over.
Alrighty.
It's
Honestly,
over.
I think I'm just gonna let time answer my question.
That's a miss.
And oh, darn it! Oh, shoot, I forgot the things not doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I advance combat track.
All right. The cameraman does not get a turn because he's stuck at the bottom of the ship. We go to the top of the round. The one with the mournful jaunt. Oh, Gwendolyn, bloody Gwendolyn.
Up.
It's gonna bite you.
Ow.
He gonna bit you. He's gonna roll poo-poo on the damage this time.
Yeah, he is.
Yay.
That's the worst damage roll so far. All right. And then this guy continues to go. 50. He goes 300. He is 310 feet straight up from the ship's deck. So 310 feet away effectively for figuring out any ranges. The Belgrande does not get a turn.
Wonder what he's
Gwendolyn.
doing up there. I'm gonna block for Ursa for a bit and move over here and attack with my great sword.
That's a hit.
Do it again. I'm gonna spend my inspiration to reroll that. Rolled the exact same thing. Awesome.
Oh.
And that's my turn.
All right. Ursa Red Rocks. We can't hear you.
I want to keep the rage going.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw my javelin. Got the potion in the other hand.
Mhm,
Throwing my
mhm.
javelin with this hand.
Okay. That's a hit.
So good.
Ooh, Space Barracuda.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh, barracuda. So yeah, hit him, and back up the stairs. I can't drink the potion in this action economy,
not in this economy.
but I can throw another javelin.
All right.
You can.
That's a hit.
Another hit.
There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Anything else, sir?
She pops the top, but she knows if she may have to stab herself on the way back to it to melee to keep the rage going. I'm done.
You do it 3
Elias.
times per rest, right? So you just, if you let it drop, you get it back next round. You'll be fine. All right. That thing is still going, huh? All right. Well,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use another 2nd level slot, but this time we're going to use Agonazer's Scorcher and launch out a burst of flames, and it's going to save again. Good Lord. These things are
Oh, I thought that
chucking
was your
rocks
roll.
against my. No, they're chucking rocks on against my spells here. They're saving on everything. So what does he get when he saves? Half as much damage. Okay. Well, take your half damage.
Nice
Well, when you
roll.
roll
Nice
max
roll, though.
damage, I mean,
Yeah,
Okay.
that is pretty
save what?
impressive.
Even
Yeah.
if they're not in a barrel.
I feel a little better about that now. Now
Any
I'm
other
gonna,
shenanigans, Elias?
no, I'm gonna stay by the door actually.
All right. And it is Pandorica's turn.
The enemy whose turn it was after Elias is dead, so I got caught off guard.
Oh, sorry.
No worries at all. All right, gonna do that,
nice.
and then that.
Get all those wonderful
Nice.
criticals on the combat tracker. Well, except
Yeah,
for
right?
the NPC.
Right.
And then advanced combat tracker.
Yeah, Cameraman doesn't get a turn, but it is ZZ top of the round. See, it is funny.
Everybody's crazy about a sharp-witted man.
Uh,
All right, Gwendolyn. Let's see how much flesh you have left.
these jokes are kind of rough, boy.
I got
It's-
a pretty good amount of flesh.
Yeah,
Not as much as I
because
did last round.
it missed, so it's staying attached to your bone.
It's attached to my what now?
Your bones, not just one of them, all of them.
Oh,
The-
Ethan Hawk is in the chat. Hey, Ethan Hawk.
Large dragon reaches
gone?
a point of distance of where it becomes just another point of light amongst the stars and is gone. It is now Gwendolyn's turn.
Hope Earth is keeping score.
That's a hit.
Got
There's
another, hit.
hit.
And it's dead.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Is combat over or no?
Combat is over.
Until this light dragon thing just torpedoes through the ship and we all die.
I'm going to
Um.
apply short rest.
Oh, even better.
Sweet.
I'm going to apply hit dice.
People can apply hit dice. And now, as a party, we can discuss what we learned today.
Space sharks hurt, is what I learned today.
Enervation is a spell best used when somebody is grappled.
Mm.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to combine that with like an entanglement spell or a web or something.
That's possible.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
they
have
can
some
trip
cool
somebody.
scars.
Oh yeah.
You are a scar.
A walking scar.
There's like that one spot like where the metal buckle for your armor covers that's not a scar, right?
You thought I was wearing leather armor.
Oh, that's right. No, that's right. You don't wear armor.
Hey, these things are pretty big space fish, right? Can we skin them and eat them? I mean, not necessarily all of them at once, but Pandorica grew up in a fishing town.
The first, like I had explained earlier, when you go to actually quote unquote skin it, you realize that its skin is more of a husk, like a chitin. When you go to crack it open, the
Exoskeleton.
inside is like when
Okay.
you have uncooked crab. So the first one
We
just
did.
kind of becomes a puddle of goo. So you would probably need a really big pot, and then you could have space shark gumbo.
Don't
So
eat
these
that
are
green
really-
bit. I've had crab. Don't eat that green bit in the middle.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to eat that. So these things are more like big space louse, really, than they are sharks, because
Yeah,
they're like
kind
wood
of.
lice. Yeah,
Kind of.
That was so
with really sharp teeth.
All right. So we're gonna
Well, I
go.
don't drink the potion. I start to and go, fight's over. And I sit down on the steps and I bleed for a minute, and then I start binding up my wounds.
Ever just sit down and bleed for a minute?
Yes.
I just take a deep breath, and suddenly I'm so much better.
And no sign of the what the hell was that?
I don't know.
I saw it too.
Yeah, where did that come from? Like did that just fly past? Like,
Thought it was the death serpent of the sky.
Oh yeah, was it with these things or was it just passing through? I don't know. I saw the rider in one of the cabins downstairs.
did I see the rider on the thing when I saw it, or did I just see it fly by? Like
No, you wouldn't have seen the rider because it was already like
Right.
150, 160 feet up when you popped out of the door from below.
yeah,
deck.
that's the assumption I've been operating under. Is I really don't know anything about what happened with that whole thing. You know, with the guy and the dragon thing. As far as I know, that thing was just flying past at the same time. Kind of
Yeah,
weird,
Chris
but
saw it.
yeah.
So like tactically, we should check the hull, make sure we don't have any breaches and all that kind of stuff.
We should also see if it stole anything.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, who stole what?
Make sure it didn't
Yeah, the rider.
didn't
He was- he
steal
was
my
in a
medicine
room.
ball.
He was in a room. We could have stolen something and then left.
That's true as well.
Or sabotaged.
He was secretly just putting Gideon Bibles in all of our dresser drawers.
Oof.
Oh,
All right, let's go over
see this path.
to out there.
When we stayed at that the Hotel Buffalo when we were out there, they had a
Bhagavad Gita was in
Gita.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say that right now. but
Yeah,
yeah,
it was awesome.
that was pretty cool. I was like, what?
Did you go back downstairs on me, Pandorica?
I did. I wanted to go back to that room to see if anything was taken or any evidence left behind by the thing that was seen there.
Dice tower, and click on the right dice tower. Not click on customize the dice.
I'm gonna like just kind of gingerly offer like Ursa a handkerchief. Like, here, you get something on you.
Going
About 46 puncture wounds.
Yeah,
Arrive-
yeah. You here, use this, help clean up.
You get any teeth in you?
That was arriving.
She says happily.
Yeah.
Pandork, as you arrive at the room, that's actually the room that you and Farion kind of share. That's where you crash, and Farion sleeps for what little he actually does.
Mhm.
You
In the
arrive,
background.
and the trunk locker at the end of the bed does look like it's open and like somebody has gone through it.
Oh. Was there anything of interest in the trunk locker?
No, when
And is
you,
it still there?
you guys had cleaned it out. It was just the few items that you and Farion had kept in there, changes of clothes, maybe a couple personal effects, you know, your official arc pins, because what the hell do those really mean in space?
Okay, and so it doesn't seem like anything was taken though.
No, but it looks like it was gone through.
I think they were looking for something.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take Pandorica back up to the top of the boat, and then tell everybody. It doesn't look like it took anything, but it did go. It was looking for something.
I left this little tiny book in my end table drawer. It says Dark Dungeons.
Whoa.
The chick tract.
All right. We're gonna go to. Is there anything else that you guys want to discuss before we go back to the overland adventure map?
I'm sure Gwendolyn doesn't
traveling
share
through
her
space?
dreams.
No, I don't share my dreams.
Right. So there's no connection that we can make there.
Nope, not yet. Maybe.
Unless
Eventually.
they all start having dreams similar when they're around me.
All right. So I'm going to do something real quick. Just give me one moment. Put a few people in a couple spaces where you are at this point as the ship is traveling through and what's about to happen. I can manage Fantasy Grounds, that is. Jiminy crackers.
Doing great.
You do
Off
have
the
space
map.
wiggling around back there in the background. That's cool. I just noticed that.
Yes.
Space is
Space.
a big one.
It's wiggly.
Yeah.
I thought it was me.
Let's apply a long rest to everybody. Since we are now moving.
So if you take the wiggly map and the thing and you just kind of hold your mouse wheel down and just lightly drag the boat across the screen, it's like it's sailing across the screen.
Gwendolyn
I'm not proficient in that.
back in her room. Elias, actually, everybody's pretty much kind of where they were the last time this all started. Burka is flying
Makes
the
sense.
ship. Farion's still puking. We're gonna close doors for everybody's privacy, unless there's doors, unless you guys decide to fly around with all the doors open all the time.
No, I'm gonna shut mine and go back to studying. I got to figure out, like he's putting together, ways to make that spell more effective. Like it's like this is the first time we tried it, didn't work out. It's like, I got to find a way to restrain them first before I use this thing. So that's what
Trying
he's
to-
doing. He's studying.
I'm trying to attach those teeth to the outside of my shield so I can pin it into blubbery creatures.
So it was 4 days of travel since you guys left Marna before you guys were attacked by those large fish type creatures. And another 2 days pass as the light crystals aboard the ship fade from orange to dark blue and then fade back to yellow again, keeping your guys' body in a rhythmic cycle, allowing you to sleep and eat and kind of know roughly what time it should be for your physical stature. On the second night, Elias, you're in your room and you've been doing a few more experiments and you started noticing that the walls between astral space and the material plane were starting to get a little bit weaker. your ritual that you cast to be able to peek into the astral plane was much easier, came much quicker. There was very little resistance as you cross over. And, like any relatively young kid, you're kind of in your room and you're like playing with it, like power on, power off, power on, power off,
Mhm.
power on, power off, power on, power off. And then all of a sudden you go to come back come back from astral space, and it's like your light switch is stuck and it's in the
Oh,
middle, and you can see the astral plane overlaid of the entire space. Both you're existing in both at the same
whoa.
time.
I'm a tween.
Gwendolyn, the last couple of nights since that fight, all of those teeth reminded you of your trinket, where you have spent the last couple of nights going through and opening your mason jar and counting out all 136 of your teeth in your mason jar. Your mother, your father, your two brothers whose names you don't remember because you weren't young enough to hear their names. But you count them and you polish each one, putting it back in, remembering the family that you could have possibly have had. You lay down to try to get a little bit of rest as you finish cleaning up the last one, and you quickly drift off to dreaming. And you're on the top deck of the Bel Grande, someplace that, it's where you spend quite a bit of time, since Ursa has put up the practice dummies. And, Ursa, it's a good way to spend time practicing your skills, especially with everything that's up there. As you're out there, your eyes gaze up and you see that right above the ship is the opening of Alam. As it gets larger and larger, you see the tentacles start pouring out. And as the tentacles start pouring out, you again hear Sylvia's voice. And into the light torment upon the herd, into the darkness a suffering incurred. Now he sends his greatest gift, our penance now ascent upon the drift, a reckoning of our very existence. Soft is the flesh with little resistance. And as she sings this bit of a lullaby or poem to you, you know how squid have that crazy, like, beak?
Mm-hmm.
A black beak begins to pierce the center of the darkness that is Alam, and you see it open, and it suddenly comes out with a long serpent tail, pulling itself free from Alam, diving down towards your view. And that is where you awaken in your ship, or awaken in your quarters, as Sylvia is laughing. Pandorka, the last couple of days since the attack on the Bel Grande, you've become more and more comfortable with the helm and the ship's abilities. You found that you're able to sense what is, like I said, what is causing the slowdowns and things of that nature. And you have this sense that you are breaking away free of something. It seems like the ship is starting to accelerate as you get further away from the star that was Aura. And perceptible only to you on the helm. It's all of a sudden like somebody cuts a rubber band and you are launched forward. And on the helm, you are dazzled with light.
In the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon when it drops into hyperspace.
On the deck, Ursa, you're up there exercising away as you normally are. You take a break for a second, grab a large container of water, take a couple of drinks off of it, staring out into the darkness. And you start thinking about how much time it took you just to search through just through the coast of Greycliff. 4 months you had spent, and you hadn't found a single hair of the Red Rock clan. And out here, it could probably take you a lifetime. It's infinite. There's so many spaces that they could be. And as you start to have the slightest bit of doubt, the darkness around the ship is replaced with light. And the ship snaps forward into what is the astral sea. Everybody should be able to, I think, because I have the light and the point of view. Whoa, what did I do? I gotta get off here. I should be able to reshare this with everybody,
place
and
is
everybody
trippy.
should be able to see because I don't have line of sight on the top of the ship.
She's thinking that we need to rig up some sort of like pulley swing system, and that we can have like inflatable giant-sized monsters mocked up so that we can learn to drill for things that are going to fight us like this. She feels like the dummies were good. We were sharp, but we were sloppy.
That light,
Mostly because we were slipping in my blood. But
And your
we're-
drool.
and my well,
all
it's called
four,
wrath spittle.
all four of those items that I just described all happened at the same exact time. Pandorica, I could actually, here, we have this. Let me unlock the layers here. Let's go to the space background there. And off. Woo! There you go. Now you can see it from the cockpit as well. Or at least you, no, what the hell happened?
I have the other map up though, so I can just look at it there.
Yeah, I'm more frustrated that I'm clicking the wrong
Ooh,
buttons.
cool.
There we go.
Wow.
Is anybody coming out of the room? Is anybody discussing with each other what's happening, or are we just moving forward?
I think Pandorica is. I think
sounds like
she's
something-
very, very excited, and I think she's basically getting off the helm and running to find anybody that's awake and talking about how amazing it is. She's running up on deck.
Then you'll find Ursa. She's like, good, I could use some help. How much rope do we have?
It's beautiful. Can you believe it?
No. I try not to think about it.
Her eyes are wide, and all she's doing is just trying to take it all in.
I unlocked movement as story time is over, so feel free to move your tokens about the cabin.
All that talking I just
Okay.
did, and I was muted the whole time.
Oh, hell.
Oh, I'm sorry, Elias.
It's, my voice is, quiet because I'm half in the astral realm.
You're
But I was
half
just
astral.
saying like I would be walking, like I'm probably like I'd walk out of my room and I'm like looking at everything, because I'm like, you guys seeing this? You see the way this is looking?
Isn't it amazing?
Is it dangerous?
I don't know.
Like, it's like we're underwater on a lot of mushrooms.
Like standing on mushrooms under the water, or like
Oh. Mushrooms that make the bears
right,
fall
yes.
down.
Oh, right. Yeah, those mushrooms, right. Sorry. A little obtuse. I'm distracted.
When she hears a word she doesn't know, she just says it again.
Nice.
Elias, you go
How
back to
shallow and pedantic.
old texts that you had studied that had showed it showed astral space as almost being the glue that held all of the other realms, all of the other planes together. This seems almost to be a physical representation of that, as if you left the material plane that you considered in Marna and you are now in astral space, capable of physically moving through astral space to another plane. With the Belgrade.
Dude, you know what this means? We can go anywhere.
It's the crazy glue of the universe.
The crazy glue of the universe.
Where are we going again?
Well, the ship seemed to have been homing in on a specific item or a specific place.
The void in the center of the sky there, right? Along
No.
those, oh,
Nope.
oh, good. I thought we were sailing towards that.
No. It appears that way if we listen to Ram Kamsi's dreams. But no, it was a different section of space that the ship has been going to.
Yeah,
okay,
if
cool.
so what is our ETA ish given the speed change?
Well, as you were disconnecting from the helm, you noticed that you're probably close enough to it that you could probably get to it in the next day, because suddenly it felt like, you know how when you're far away from an object, a little bit of movement from side to side doesn't do anything. It stays right there on the horizon.
Mhm.
And when you get close, a little bit of movement, it goes far. Camera 1, camera 2. You're close enough now that you could actually, as you slowed the ship, you could almost feel where you're being dragged to move to the starboard side a little bit.
Huh, interesting. Okay.
So
Yeah,
you're probably
so
closer to it.
and there's a better than average chance that we're going into hostile territory because this ship was in combat. It got shot down by something.
Yes, from your memory, it shot at this large creature that looked almost like it was two canoes put together on top of each other that had a bunch of scales, and it had a large like beak, almost like a maybe like squid's beak.
Mhm.
And it fired some type of lightning or energy at this ship. And one of this ship's last acts was firing off its two ballista that hit that. And when that exploded, the three meteors of green, purple, and red fell to Myrna. And that's when this ship was downed as well.
Yeah, so it's just something to like keep at the top of everybody's mind that when we actually arrive there, it's not likely that, or it's likely that we're going into some sort of hostile territory.
Well, yeah, just about everywhere we've gone, we've been met this way. I mean, kind of expected. Guess that's the adventuring life, right?
So I've fished the rivers and streams, and the fish in there are about as long as my arm. And I fished by the shore, big ocean. Those fish were about as long as me. Those were big fish. How big are they out here?
I bet you they get pretty big.
Did you
Bet
notice
you,
this
you
boat?
know, there's so much space out here. I bet you there's no limit to the size they could get.
They think we're a fish, don't they?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, the
What-
boat does kind of look like a fish.
What if those fishes were trying to mate with this one?
That's gross. That is gross.
Oh, neat.
As you guys are on the deck discussing, Ursa, you become aware of the ship beginning
Oh,
to
okay.
slow even more. Pandorica, I'm sorry, did I? The
You
ship
said Ursa
beginning.
with
Oh,
Pandorica?
Pandorica.
Okay.
Yeah, you become aware of the ship beginning to slow even more. And looking off in the distance, you see what looks like a large comet or asteroid that is being trailed by particulate. It's either staying in a gravity well behind it. Doesn't look like it's falling apart. As it begins to get closer to the ship, you make out that there is a large tower that is jutting out of the meteor. No windows, no doors, no openings. There is a dome, however, that does have a piece carved out, maybe 20-degree angle of the dome, and sticking out of it the lens of a large telescope. As the ship closes in on it, You realize that this is most probably what it was that you guys were being pointed in the direction of. You can feel the ship beginning to nudge itself slowly in its direction, matching its velocity. And as you get a little bit closer to it, you can see that there is actually a small dock. And the Belgrande begins to pull up close to the side of it.
That's convenient.
Yeah. We're here.
Well, that's recognizable at least.
You guys
Neat.
tie off to the dock? Are you running down to the helm?
Well, yeah, we're docking.
Yeah, I go to the
As-
side closest to the dock on the ship to get ready to.
As you begin to tie off the dock from the singular entranceway that is now visible at the base of the tower, you see a very large humanoid who's probably about 7'6" come out wearing long, dark gray robes with a hood and a large staff that he seems to be leaning on as he slowly trudges down the walkway. As he gets to the base of the walkway in the beginning of the dock, he goes to pull back his hood, and you see a massive melon of a hippopotamus type humanoid who looks up. Oh, where's Captain Ulix? This is not your ship. I suggest you explain yourselves.
I think Pandoric is still at the helm, so I'm not gonna. This isn't my scene yet.
Who was tying off the edge of the boat? I know Gwendolyn said that she was going to go to the side of the boat to tie off. Were you going to tie off
Ursa
too,
was
Ursa?
Ursa was helping because that's muscle work. But at this, my hand can't help but cautiously reach for a javelin.
No. I suggest you just keep things calm. I did not think that you guys are... this is very strange indeed. Who exactly are you? Well, maybe I should start first. My name is Jeffers Cress.
Ursa.
And you are Ursa. It's very nice to meet you, Ursa. Now, who was it that is piloting this ship?
Am I in the deck right now, or am I somewhere else?
She leans in and says,
You can, as you come up to the deck as this is happening.
Yeah. Okay.
She leans in and says, mostly she just sits there.
And that is the proper job of a helmsman or helmswoman.
She's a dwarf lady.
Well, would not be the first. I mean, have you looked in the mirror? I do not seem shocked by your appearance. Oh, young man.
What's up? What's
Whereabouts?
going on over here? Hey.
Where have you guys? How did you guys get a hold of Ulex's ship? Where's Captain Ulex?
I don't know about any Captain Ulex, but this thing came crashing down by my house, or by my uncle's house. You know, I live there. It's my house. You know, but whatever. Anyway, we found the ship and we fixed it, right? Because
Ulex's ship crashed.
Yeah, it crashed just outside of Place Name. And then
Redacted.
exactly. We fixed it, and then it took off and brought us here. Well, kind of.
Outside of Great Cliff.
My friend down there is, I guess, steering the ship. They're working with it in some way. I don't really know how it works.
The very moment
that's
the
her
thing
thing.
is parked and doesn't need attention anymore, Pandoric is like coming, like she's running out.
And after Elias finishes that portion, Pandorica comes through. Hail, Captain of the ship. Why don't you all come inside? I can see the green guppies you are. You might have a few questions.
Red Rocks, Green Guppies is a different team.
Do you have any milk of magnesia for my friend? He's down here below the deck. You know, he's not looking so good. He's been pretty green for a few days now.
From what I see in the stars, there's nothing I can do for him, at least until next session.
Perfect.
I thought he was Cress. I thought you were an ogre with mumps.
No, not at all. I'm much more refined than that. Come into the tower. Get yourselves warm. We'll get you guys a nice meal. We'll see if we can't
I'm
get
not
you
going to
all.
say no to that.
See if we can't get you all up to speed. And I'm going to quit clicking on the wrong fucking button eventually, I swear to God.
No, you're not.
No. Oh.
Open the dice, open the dice, open the dice, open the dice, open the dice.
Ooh, I'm perceptifying.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I am. I'm perceptifying good.
Yeah, you are.
As as everybody relaxes, Gwendolyn, you had noticed that when Ursa put her hand back for her javelin, that Cress had actually taken his staff and had rested it on his shoulder and lifted the end up. And as everybody relaxes and he puts it down, you notice that along the sides of the ship, in many crevices in the rock, you see many small cannons lower themselves as he lowers his staff. Come now, let's go get some food. And he leads you guys up the pathway. Arriving
Cool.
at Crest Tower, stands about 80 feet to the top dome. No windows anywhere to be seen except for the opening at the top. The only other opening that appears to your eye is the main door. Opening it and entering it, the main floor, there is a small 6-foot tree with golden leaves and a light that sparkles above it, raining down magics that keep it alive. The room is the entire 80 feet up, nothing but bookshelves. Oversized ladders on geared cantilevers and rails that roll them around to multiple levels of small seating areas interconnected. It seems like if you didn't know exactly which direction you're going, getting to a specific level could be a puzzle in itself. The very top floor where the telescope appears to be nothing more than a catwalk of bound steel.
Pandorica looks at Elias and it's like, I'm so glad we came here.
It is a very nice warm temperature, however, very humid in here. It is the preferred weather of Mr. Kress and his kind.
Press, you having a schwitz? What is this?
It is comfortable, is it not? Come, sit. And there's a large table. It actually has about 10 chairs, so there's plenty of space for everybody to sit down. And he goes off to an area where there isn't a bookcase, but instead there's a bunch of storage lockers, a small table, and what looks like a small wood-burning stove or some type of stove. Opens the cupboards up and pulls out a large platter and starts setting out many different melons that he just seems to hack in half. There's mangoes and papaya and pomegranate and all sorts of fruit that he puts on these plates. Other fruits that you don't have names for, but
some of it's recognizable.
Some of it's recognizable, yes. And he brings over the platter.
Oh, Chris, you got some nice melons. I mean, you see the size of those things?
Well,
thank you.
Ulix wasn't here just too long ago when he brought me a shipment from Heldum. So, what made you decide to take the leap?
Because if you don't go somewhere, you'll never find out what's there.
not many would not many would have the gumption to get up and leave their system blind to what it is lays ahead of them.
Shit.
Well, I've already seen that.
Oh my boy, you have only seen the beginning.
I know.
If
There's
you
so
can-
much out here. I can't wait.
What
I'm
is
gonna see
this
it all.
place?
This is my outpost.
Mr. Crest, my name is Pandorica. I just got to say that this is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
It is nice to
Who's-
meet you,
Who's
Captain
Captain
Pandorica.
Ulix?
Captain Ulix. He flew under the order of light out of Heldum.
Heldum?
He hit him and
Where's that?
his. It's further out in the astral sea. Amount of time that it takes to get there, well, maybe we should start with a little bit of a primer of exactly this deeper puddle that you all seem to have stepped your foots into.
Both of them. I was quite wet with my own blood yesterday.
Both foots.
You all come from what we refer to as the aura system. Out here in the astral sea, there are many systems, some created by gods, some long forgotten by gods. As long as you have a path and you know what you're looking for, your ship, the Bel Grande, the one that used to be Ulex's ship, used to be the Sklorsh. It'll get you there. But
They sound way better.
I think the Sklorsh. I heard Sklorsh before. That was coming out of the bathroom. Farion's been making that noise all week.
well,
You think he's been talking to the ship?
plasmoids have very odd names.
Do what?
Asmoids.
I suppose coming from the aura system, you've never seen a plasmoid before. Most people
Never seen
avoid
any of this.
most of you. They tend to avoid situations like that. They are. Let me think of the right word here. In your world, they call them jellies, things of that nature. You know what I'm discussing, right? These
Yeah.
are smart ones that take up humanoid forms, and
Like a booger?
Wow.
So while he's having this conversation, I'm walking around and just kind of like randomly selecting books off
I
his
think-
shelves
I think
and like
somebody-
flipping through them.
I think somebody has an outstanding roll. I just want to see who gets the highest on this.
No, it wasn't that good.
just to to give you a sense of where I'm at. I'm walking around looking at all the books and like taking them off the shelves and flipping through them and stuff and then putting them back. Like,
Whoa. Oh no, there's only 4 players today. Not from behind. I'm waiting for a 5th roll. Pandorica, you got the highest. As he is explaining what a plasmoid is, you flash back to cleaning the ship when you guys first got it back, and there was this weird jelly substance that was all over the helm and on different parts of the ship that you guys had like scooped up into buckets and had to scrub.
so that man,
You better bring
no!
2 buckets.
And you guys suddenly put together that maybe
After
that
just-
you've met
like
Lex
all the
before.
blood drains from her face. I'm so sorry.
It
I-
looks like your ship was
didn't know.
attacked again, was it not?
Oh yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
U-
big-
Ulex.
Fish with lots of teeth, fish bugs.
Big ugly pike.
Oh, scavers.
And
They
a
tend
blue
to-
man
A blue man.
on the back of a dragon.
A
Like a
blue
ghost.
man.
That is interesting.
There was a blue man on the back of that dragon thing.
Yeah.
Move through the deck.
The scavers, they make sense.
Huh?
They tend to hang out on the outer edges of a system before you enter into the astral sea. They pick up any loose particulate that may try to escape.
Good place.
Yeah,
to
I guess
be.
every creature has its function. It makes sense.
But the blue man,
Part of a system,
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure who that could have been. Knowing Ulex,
Probably on his way to Vegas to play with his other drummer friends.
it could have been anybody looking for Ulex. He stopped by here. Like I said, he just brought me this wonderful fruit that we're enjoying here about a week ago. Or not a week ago, I'm sorry. Mathematically, it was a month ago because you guys repaired the ship over a 3-week process and you've been flying for about a week. It was about a month ago, roughly, that he was here.
He was
Month and a
shot
half ago.
down.
What a blaze of glory.
And while he was shooting down a ship that was, it's hard to describe.
Go on.
She like, tries to she grabs like some paper and tries to like sketch something out, kind of like this.
As she draws out the ship, Gwendolyn, you notice that it matches the thing that came out of the mouth of Alam.
Illustrations that good?
It's a police artist, sketch artist.
Not surprising. Ulek's always spent his entire life trying to fight the Elith.
Have we heard that term?
You've never
Yeah, has
heard that
Pandora
term.
heard
You've heard people refer to mind flayers as Elithid, but you've never heard Elith as a. The way he used it is it was if it was a group of people or it was a force.
Mm-hmm.
The Elith are a force, or at least they're a faction in his speak.
Okay. Oh.
That was what he did
That's a
for the
lot of
Order of Light. But I'm gonna say there was no way that this was what he was doing was probably official on the books. His stop here was unexpected, and he left Ayamo, and he was very excited with Ayam.
Ayamo?
Yes. Auto gnome used to take care of the Scorch, but
Me llamo Ursa.
no, Ayamo. I'm sure when he saw you guys coming in, he got excited and went running off for his toolbox. I'm sure he's probably out there already amending the Bel Grande for you, because that is his assignment.
An auto gnome?
A free-willed construct, if you will. Let me think.
Him.
In your world, I believe you have something that's kind of close that you call a war forged. It's one of the reasons we didn't really mess with the aura system. Everything with you guys seems to be circled around war for some reason. No reason to get messed up in that. Just gentle observers. Don't get angry, Pandorica. Clench that jaw. Or not Pandorica, Ursa. Sorry.
Oh.
Wrong dwarf.
I think I'm eating a piece of the fruit you're not supposed to eat.
No, don't eat that rind. You're going to need to move Farion's head out of the way.
Oh, he'll get out the way one way or the other. Gotta
just if you go out the door, make a right, just follow along the wall. There's one outside. I try to keep the stank away from the books.
Now you're privy to its location.
All right, she's gonna wander out. She's kind of a little overwhelmed.
As you open the door, you see out on one of the broken, or not broken, but where the scavers had attacked
Gnawed on.
fin, and where it had been gnawed on.
Mhm.
You see this 3.5 foot tall humanoid that is hanging with one hand as it pulls over pieces of the vine that you guys had used to rebind a section. And he is working on mending. Shit.
I run back in. You're not gonna believe it. There's this gnome in full plate armor hanging off the ship.
I'm like, Elias is like, cool. That's pretty cool. And he's like absorbed into this book that he found.
Yes, you're
Pandorica's
going.
already running outside.
I believe if you're looking at some initial information, young man, you should start with that set of books over there. That'll probably help you on your journeys a little bit more. Elias, was it?
Yeah. Thanks, man. That's great.
And where you
Which ones are we
go,
talking about now?
he points you over to a shelf that's not far from where he had his cabinet, where he had pulled the fruit from. And when you get over there, there's a bunch of books that have titles that more or less boil down to like Astral Sea for Dummies and things like that.
Are there any of them that boil down to here's some spells to copy into your spell book?
So you're thinking about spell jamming.
As you're going through, the one does actually have a spell that it highly recommends for every spell jammer or every crew of an astral sea vessel. I'm not sure if Spelljammers actually copyrighted. Fuck it, I don't know. If they send us a takedown notice, we'll figure it out then.
Oof.
Part of the
Raspberry. I hate
SRD.
raspberry. Only one person would give me the raspberry.
But there is a spell, air bubble. It
Air
allows
bubble.
you to cast an air bubble around one person's head that gives them 24 hours of breathing. As you're reading that, Jeffers comes over and looks over your shoulder. Oh, that's a good one to study. That's definitely a good one to learn. This is for you, though. You take this for now until you're able to master it. And he hands you a wand of air bouble. The wand of air bouble has a max.
Wand of air bouble.
Yeah, see, this is what happens when you're on COVID medication and you're creating
Totally.
creating items for D&D games and a little bit
Love
loopy. Instead of the wand of air bubble, you end up with the wand of air bouble.
It's the wand of Michael Bublé.
It smells like him. It smells like Christmas in there.
Yep. Every time you
Thanks.
cast a spell, it's got a little bit of a mint and like a slight chocolate tint to it.
A little
Tinge to it.
evergreen kind of thing going
Little
on.
gingerbread. It can have a maximum of 2 charges, and it gains 1 charge every long rest. We don't have sunrises in space. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We go off the light on the ship. We'll worry about how long we're awake at other points.
So in the meantime, can I cast that, or can I copy that spell into my tome?
Mhm.
Cool.
You can copy it in.
Drop it on.
We'll give you some rolls next time you're floating through space as you study it to see how adept you become at it, to see whether or not you can cast it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Hey Ursa, I got an experiment.
What are we doing?
Just
you need
wait here. We'll
something?
be back tomorrow.
Remember how it was like all crazy and cold, like when we did the catapult experiment, right? And you were out on the end of the rope and it was like cold and like you couldn't breathe. Like I think I have a solution for that. I think we can get you further out. Like,
Gwendolyn, is it?
Okay.
yeah.
How much rope do we have? Hey,
I don't know. We'll have to get more rope, but I think we can do this.
Mr. Kress, Jeffers? Are we?
Mm-hmm.
My last name's Red Rocks, but call me Ursa. What do I
Yes.
call you?
Cressworks. Jeffers. Mr. Crest, but that was my
No,
name.
I'm Ursa. Oh, okay.
And
Jeffers.
you call me whatever you feel comfortable with.
Do you have any rope?
I might be able to find some. If not, you can always go and talk to Ayamo.
It's a big place. We want to see how far we can fling me out of a catapult.
But you,
Most of my
Gwendolyn,
plans revolve around that.
you don't seem like you are much moved by any of this. Almost like there's an expectation of something that you think you're going to see once you get out there. Are you looking for something, Gwendolyn?
In a way.
A contact lens. It's out here somewhere.
But
As
I take that as a vow for a paladin.
as you walk down the pathway to the boat Pandorica, the autognome was pulling the pieces of the vine back together. You can see that he's holding his hand against it for a second, and when he releases it, it's covered by this knot of thick viscous fluid, which he then goes over with his hand, and it hardens, holding the two pieces together.
You can make glue?
Oh my! My name is Ayamao.
I'm Pandorica.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Pandorica. You smell like the helm. Where is Captain Ulex?
Her mind flashes
What's the word of the
back.
day, Conky?
He said that he would be back for me after he left me here.
I'm so sorry. He didn't make it. He's no longer alive.
That is unfortunate. Do we know what happened?
He passed while defeating an Illith ship. He himself also, the ship also suffered damage, and it crashed on Marna. No, on Ulgarath. And that's where we, in the Aura system.
And you are now the captain of the Belgrande, is it?
Well, I do sit in the chair most of the time,
Hmm.
but that's all.
Any ship needs a captain. If not, it is not a place to decide once you are in the sky.
You look like a gnome.
And you look like a dwarf.
I hear that a lot.
Except for your cheeks. What is that upon your cheek?
She's like gets self-conscious. I don't really know. They just
The light, the light catches it wonderfully.
Oh, thank you.
Oh wow. We just had a little
Thank you.
anime moment where we see your cheeks go.
It's my rheumatoid psoriasis.
Can I help you?
No, I can take care of this. Do you need a mechanical
you alive?
operations? My name is Ayamo. I am very much alive, but my job is to take care of this boat. But with Ulex gone, did you mind if I come with you?
No.
Beady bop.
That would be
Twiki.
marvelous.
And as he holds out his hand to you, my name is Ayamo, and yet another mechanical operations unit. I was created for this ship.
And yet another.
I was created for this shit.
I was made to fix this ship.
It's such a pleasure to meet you. My name is Pandorica.
It looks like Scavers. Was it Scavers?
Yes and no. There was also a blue man riding a dragon. I think. It looked like a dragon. May have just been a space worm. I'm not really sure.
Space worm.
It was big. It flew really fast.
Well, I will continue on getting the ship ready for you. If you like, you could head back up to Jeffers. I'm sure that he will have more information or even have supplies for you.
There was a lot of books. She turns around, heads back up the steps. It was a pleasure to meet you, she says. She runs up.
Will he be free if we give him a sock?
This is where we're going to take our second break of the evening. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We appreciate you all joining us so far. We'll be back in a few moments. we are back. Thank you, everybody who stuck with us while we took a break. The party
That's how I got crabs the second time. But oh,
the party is at Jeffrey Cress's tower, where they are learning a little bit more about the astral sea and the ship. Standardly, a ship of this, the helmsman or helmswoman in your case, Pandorica, they need to have been within a system in order to be able to return the ship there. Iamu, he can help get you back to Helgdom. That is where Ulex hailed from. From what you have told me, it appears the Illith have begun advancing on the Aura system. Have there been other attacks that you are aware of? They tend to begin to cull their herd, so to speak.
well, there was the thing with that giant cosmic tentacled dragon thing that we stuffed back in its hole like a little while ago, like a month ago, a couple months ago.
Right, that was Ilam's avatar that they were trying to summon to the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was scary. Glad we stuck that back in the bottle, huh?
And I don't think we as a group heard about what happened in Grumrunner, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, so that would be the only thing that we could refer to, I think.
However, culling the herd stings a little bit for Pandorica. Or not Pandorica, for Ursa. I don't know why it keeps flipping those two. I think it's my COVID brain.
Dwarves.
But
Why?
Ursa,
Because we all fucking know each other?
Yeah, dwarves are all the same. You know how it is.
but that stings a little bit for you, Ursa, because you realize that what he's talking about is kind of could have been what happened to your tribe, that they were picked up. The Illith, they use systems for harvesting to help increase their ranks.
It's an illithid conspiracy to sap and purify your precious bodily fluids.
Do you have an idea what the queers are doing to the soil?
Maybe
I like
if-
you, Stuart. You're not like the other kids in the trailer park.
Here in the trailer park.
Maybe between Ayamu's work and heading back to Helgdom with the ship, you guys could maybe gain some more insight as to what happened down there on your planets. Ulex had been watching the system for quite some time. That is how I came to know him.
Sorry, DM, I was distracted. Who did Crest just suggest that we tell about what happened?
He didn't suggest anybody in specific. He
Oh.
said heading back to Helgdom.
Okay, I thought a name came
and
up.
more or
Okay.
less to speak with the Order of Light, which is who Ulex captained the ship for.
Okay. Do you know who Ulex?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who
Olex. Ulex.
Ulex, not Uyex, which is what's in my notes. Ulex, okay.
Well, from what I understand, we could just call him Empty Bucket now.
Ah. I was just talking in chat about how Pandorica trusts this guy implicitly.
No, that I should have done this. That was more for my own dark joke benefit. He's not twisted like that. Just the DM.
Yeah, old Captain Two Buckets.
Yeah.
Do you know who Captain Ulex reported to, or anyone that he worked
I
with?
stay out of the affairs of the Order of Light. I'm more like a neutral party, but the heads tend to change. Is Eldom is created from all of those who need refuge after their worlds have been ravaged by the Illith. Because of that, the Order of Light is a constant churn of new leaders.
Are all these your books?
Yes, I've collected them over many, many years. You see, out here in the sea, you tend to age a little bit differently.
May I look at your books?
Yeah, I
Certainly.
read once in one of these books that you don't age when you live out of time. 1,000 years will pass in the blink of an eye.
Well, it's the blink of an eye. That was written from point of view of someone inside the system. I mean, out here it is still 1,000 years, but never a day aged amongst the astral sea.
There's a book you can't find here. You can find it on the night side.
Yeah. I could keep going.
You know,
but I'm not
actually, if
going
they
to
have
first.
their own version, like mirrored version of all the books in existence, I wouldn't mind reading The Nightstand.
It's this phantom toll booth. I can't read.
Going through the books, there's some that you actually have to cast your read and understand languages, as they are written in languages that you do not recognize at all.
I have comprehend languages.
Right, you have to, right. So it takes a
Elias
little bit to
does.
do it.
Pandora does not.
And you hear stories that, reading through it, there are stories of ships that have sailed the astral sea, being attacked by carnivals. No, that can't be right. But then you think back to the attack, Pandorica's story that she had told Elias about being attacked by a carnival, more or less. Farion was
That's
there
right.
too.
That's when your giant friend died, right? Yeah. Your giant friend died with the clowns from outer space.
Yeah.
You find another book, Pandorica, that discusses the gravity planes that are affixed to ships and items throughout the astral sea, and it explains that the larger of the two vessels will take over the gravitational plane of another. So if two ships were to come towards each other, one upside down and one like this, and this one was the stronger plane, everything on this ship would fall up towards this one, and that ship would swing around to end up both being topside.
Is there a way to alter the gravitational plane of another ship or your ship?
If your ship is larger.
But I was wondering if there's a way to artificially inflate the gravitational pull of your ship or decrease it.
Mass?
Right.
That is
Yeah,
a
increase the mass or
that is a
decrease the mass.
very, very good question. I would think that you would have to figure out some type of magics to increase the density of your ship, as it is its pure mass that affords the gravity plane that wins in that
Bless you.
situation.
So if I was denser, I would go farther when you put me in the catapult.
That sounds roughly correct, especially once you break the air bubble around your ship. Did you reach a point where you got real cold?
Yeah, and I just thought I'd peed on myself.
No.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I got this new thing will help.
The ship itself is a large containment of breathable air. Once you leave that, you have maybe about 15 minutes before it'll become a chore to not black out.
I get it. It's like when you fart in a tub.
Or trying to hold your breath underwater.
If I fart in the tub, you're going to want to hold your breath.
Well, and that's why we keep the bath and the toilet outside. We don't want to get any of that on the books.
I went before we left.
I
I learned by doing, and I could fall asleep, but I didn't want to be rude. But to teach me about all this stuff, you just launch me out of the catapult.
Ayamo
Get some
told
rope.
me that it looks like you guys used what was maybe some, I don't know, natural fibers to fix the ship after it crashed. That was most probably why you were attacked by the scavers.
And gassy.
He's encased it, which should make your journey a little bit easier for you.
Fiber does that.
And at this point, you guys can hang out and look through books. We're not going to find anything more interesting in this session. Party heads back to the boat. I assume.
I'm just looking for stuff that'll be
Yeah,
useful in
at this
future
point-
sessions. So just,
At this point, you have
Earmarking.
At this point, you have two directions that you could point the Belgrande. Back home, you've been there before. Or you could use Ayamu, who has set up a small sleeping area for himself in the other storage area across from where Ursa was staying.
we should go to Helicum.
And he will
Mhm.
help you get there if you would
For
like
sure.
to.
Especially if the Illith are attacking the Nora system.
Yeah, Elias is all about going forward, right? Like he wants to see what's out there, and that this is going to help us, protect some other people from these illithids, and maybe we can protect our home system from these illithids, and let's do it.
And Pandorica, of course, under her breath is like, I have nothing to go back to.
Over the next couple of days, Ayamu works on a few more things on the ship, and he comes to you, Pandorga. I was able to retrieve a entry from Ulex. If you would like to listen to it, Pandorga.
Oh, yes, please.
And as he begins to play back a vision or a thin, misty outline of a bluish colored ooze, humanoid shape, takes form in front of you, and you hear a voice. Observer Mu is located in the ore system. He was releasing 3 world enders. We took out the delivery payload, but his ship escaped us. We are going down. They found of power, aiming ship at, and then it fades out as you hear the sound of thundering crash as the ship must have came to rest.
It's the Black Beast of
As you guys, on the second morning of travel after leaving Jeffer Cress's tower, you feel the ship begin to slow, Pandorica.
Mhm.
And the rest of the party, will say, is on the top of the deck. You sense that you are approaching what feels like another ship. You're able to sense its size. It is larger than yours is. However, does not seem to be moving. It seems to just be slowly floating in space, untethered. from
Can I
anything.
take care to approach the ship in a manner that won't disrupt our own gravity as we do?
I'm going to share a picture. Okay, everybody please ignore the red dragon and the Githyanki. There is no red dragon.
Say
There is
what?
no Githyanki.
There is no red dragon.
But that large,
I think the Yankee said
galleon,
that.
that large galleon in the background is what is floating freely through space. And
I love
that,
how the Skith Yankees decorating the ship with illithid heads.
and that is where we are going to end this session. And we will pick up next week as the party investigate. In 2 weeks, as the party goes to investigate the space ghost ship.
Nice. And I have to say, your Hotel California in chat is pretty funny.
I just started that off. That was mostly Gers running that.
Yeah, good stuff. It's good stuff.
I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I'd like to thank anybody who comes back and watches us in replay. Give us a follow. We always appreciate another follow, as that puts us further up and other people can find us. Other than that, see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you, Sirenscape, for the Foley sounds, ProStream for all of the music we use in the background, OBS, Fantasy Grounds, of course, for the virtual tabletop, and thank you for the still existing OGL. We will talk to you all soon. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Hi, Ned.
Whoops, whoops, whoops. I can't hit the stop button because I clicked something else. All right, we're up.